All right, guys. So we have designed our shoe. It's customized, it's beautiful. Now we need to actually start thinking about poster design. All right. So I'm here to help, but what I want you guys to do is, and this is listed in our shoe marketing example slideshow, find 4 posters from Pinterest or Google or what have you that have interesting things going on that you want to try to replicate in your own poster design. So for me, I've kind of pointed out some things that I took inspiration from these and I use these in my design. All right. This one right here, I liked how we had these little pointing outs of like special features of the shoe, like, okay, leather finish, memory sole, these little like cute arrows popping off. This one, I loved that we had a reflected mirror of the shoe. All right. This Crocs one, I liked the drop shadow, and I liked the drop shadow kind of appearing over some of the text, like the text being overlapped. And then in this orange one, kind of hard, you guys might not be able to see it, but there's actually like a texture back here and a noise texture. All right. So you need to pick 4 posters that you're going to include on your slideshow that show special features that you're going to include in your design. Okay. So let me go back here to show you guys. So this you can see here, I took inspiration. I've got my shoe mirroring. I've got a drop shadow. I've got these little kind of like sketchy kind of pointing out like, you know, super sparkles, cloud comfort. I have a noise texture if you zoom in. Okay. So I've included elements from my inspiration. Okay. So you are going to start doing that. You're going to start building it. All right. Now, first things first, you should have grouped your shoe. We talked about that in the last video. All right. So what you can do to start is make a background. Just make a new layer below your shoe. You can grab your paint bucket and just grab a random color. I think it's always fun if you grab a gradient, which if you right click on your paint bucket, you'll find your gradient. You can drag and create a gradient. Now, I don't like that color. It doesn't work, obviously, but once you drag and create a gradient, you can double click on the little circles to change the colors. So I'm doing like a blueberry shoe. So I think it's appropriate that my colors are more blueberry-ish. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. Okay. Now, my noise background. I had a noise background on mine. All right. So what's easy is on my gradient fill here, what I could do is I can actually right click on this and I can make it a smart object, which means, let me hide these controls. I can then go to filters and I can add a noise filter. I'm going to go add noise. There you go. And I can adjust this. That's obviously too much, but noise filters are kind of nice because it gives it just like a little bit of texture. So I like that. I'm going to click OK. And I can click, since I made this a smart object, I can hide the noise to see what it was before and after. All right. So there, I've already used one thing that I kind of got inspiration from, which was from this poster. Right. What about the drop shadow? Drop shadow is super easy. I'm going to go to my shoe right here. And because this is all grouped together, I can actually just go down here to my effects right here. I'm going to click this and I'm going to click drop shadow. And it's just taking a second to load. There we go. It's popped up this panel where I can adjust my drop shadow, see how intense it is, the spread of it, the size of it, distance. So I'm just going to add a little bit, and here you can adjust the angle of it and click OK. There I got a drop shadow. All right. So you can see I'm starting to build and I haven't even put text in there yet, right? Text is its own thing. You're going to have to hunt and find interesting text, which maybe I put that in right now just so that I can have that ready when I'm ready. So I'm going to click on my background layer and I'm going to grab my text tool. I haven't chosen a font yet. I'm just going to type out the name of my shoe. I'm going to call it the blue, Blue Blast. That's what I'm calling it. Yeah, it's called the Blue Blast shoe. So I'm just putting that name right there. All right. here you can see I wanted to choose very bold, big text. And that was because if I look at a lot of my shoe inspiration, all these texts are very bold sans serif, all right? So again, we're pulling from inspiration. We're pulling from other shoe designs to try to figure out what design is going to look best for us, okay? So if I want, I can double click on my text here, that selects it. And I can look through the fonts I have preloaded. All right, so this Akira font I think is actually pretty sweet. So I might use that. But of course, we know that we have dafont.com where we can download cool fonts. All right. Now, another thing that my inspiration showed is this mirror. Yeah, the little shoe reflection. All right. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take my shoe group and I'm going to drag it to the little add layer button right here. And that makes a copy of it. All right. This bottom copy of it, or the top one, it doesn't matter. I'm going to hit Control T. And once I hit Control T, that grabs this second copy. And then you'll see this button pop up, or this bar. And I can click this guy right here, which is the flip horizontal. And then I can drag it down and place it where I wish. Ooh, like right there is good. All right. Now, I'm going to look at my inspiration, because if I pay attention to my the little poster that I'm getting inspiration from, this guy, this second copy fades, all right? It's not as opaque as this one. It fades away. So I want to go on to my Photoshop file, and this second copy below here, I'm going to go on its mask, and I'm going to remove that mask a little bit. So that means I'm grabbing a brush. I'm making sure it's a very soft, big brush. I want it bigger than that. There you go. And I'm going to make sure I'm on black for my fill color. And I'm going to just go down here and, oops, that's too much. Control Z. I think I'm going to lower the opacity a little bit, because I just want it to look kind of like it's fading into the darkness. There you go. Yeah. That's good. All right. And that is me mimicking what's going on here. Okay. Now, again, I'm looking at what else is going on here. They've got this like little white line. I don't know if that's a reflection from the text. Almost kind of seems like a reflection of like where the shoes are touching. So let me grab this shoe and I'm going to scooch him down a little bit. There you go. What I could do is maybe between these shoes, I'm going to make a new layer, and maybe I grab my ellipse marquee tool, which creates like a circle. And if I go in the center here and hold down Alt, click and drag, I can make kind of like a long oval and fill that with white or something. There you go. I'm going to go select, deselect, and then I'm going to go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. I'm going to blur this a little bit. That's okay. And click OK. And I can always go Control T and maybe hold down Shift or Alt to kind of resize this. But all I'm doing, guys, I'm not doing anything fancy, is I'm just looking at what my inspiration is. And I see that my inspiration has like this little white thing right here, okay? Alrighty. So your task is to build a beautiful shoe poster, okay? You need to pull from 4 different inspirations, all right? Your poster overall should end up having your shoe name, so like Pretty and Peach, as well as price, decals, shoe feature marks, which they don't have to be pointing the way they are to mine. They can just be a list. The shoe brand, right? Or at least we should be clear what the shoe brand is. So I kind of insinuated the shoe brand when I put this little fake website, prettypeach.nike.com. So you do need to put like a fake place for people to buy the shoes. You can put like borders and other decals. I also put the color palette in there because I just thought that was kind of fun. I added new Pretty Peach. I put the name sneakers down here. So go for it, all right? You do need to add a fair bit of details to make this feel like a real poster though, okay? Alrighty, and when you're done, you're gonna export it as a PDF and add that to the assignment turn-in as well as your completed slideshow. Alrighty, and I'm super excited to see what you guys make. Again, yours doesn't have to look like mine. You pull from your own inspiration. That is just the inspiration that I was pulling from, okay? All right, good luck.